final light heavyweight contest of the semifinals. Carlos Gongora had a walkover in the first contest, 13-5 point victory over Caballero of Venezuela in the second. Carlos Gongora, 22 years old, from Ecuador, and Marcus Browne from the United States had a 12-6 win over Dominican Felix Valera, and then referee stopped the contest due to head injuries in the first round of Declan Caliste from Trinidad. So Marcus Browne coming off a big victory with a first round stoppage in his last contest. Browne also 21 years old, out of Staten Island, New York, been boxing since he was 2003. Referee Daniel McFarland from England going to keep watch as the third man in the ring. Gongora is no slouch. He's a WSB star. That's the World Series of Boxing. He's the best boxer on the Ecuadorian team and a true gold medal contender. He was at the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing, and by merit of being a semifinalist now, he is already locked in a spot to London. So he's now a two-time Olympian. As I say, he's done incredibly well in the World Series of Boxing. He was at the AIBA World Championships. He is a man to be reckoned with. And I will tell you that this Marcus Browne, after having come off an astonishing RSC in the last contest and a USA National Champion in 2012 of this year, is also no slouch. He was in Baku. The World Championships was Browne. And he took the Olympic trials in the United States in 2011. Gongora in the red corner from Ecuador, Browne in the blue corner from the United States. A caution to Browne. Gongora boxing in the southpaw stance. So is Browne. Sharp right hand by Browne as he steps back. Circles to his left does Browne, and Gongora sticks that jab out there. Long left hand by Browne, sticks the jab out. Another sharp jab by Browne. And Gongora trying to cut off the ring. He'd be well served to do that, as Browne showing some good lateral movement here in the first round. The referee stops the contest. He issues a caution to Browne for holding the head of Gongora. Nice right-left combination by Gongora. Sends Browne back just a bit. Browne with a nice left hand off of the jab. So these boxers very evenly matched, both in boxing physique as well as in punching power. And stylistically, they match up well. They're both southpaws. Gongora seemingly pressing the action, but Browne standing right in there with him, trading blows. Browne, nice feint right-left combination. Good work by Browne behind the jab. You need to use that jab in this sport. George Foreman once said, this sport is easy if you have a jab. He couldn't have been more correct. And now Browne pushes Gongora off the break. Caution issued by the referee. We're down to a minute to go in this round. Browne comes forward. Gongora throws a right, pulls it. Nice stiff jab by Browne. So Browne really finding a home for that jab. It's nice to see a boxer use his jab, and Browne is using it well. Gongora looks ripe for it too, because he's not really protecting himself behind a high guard or a good defense. He looks like he's willing to take those shots. And now Browne not appreciating being thrown down, and Gongora showing his horns, sticks his head forward, puts his hands on his hips and says, what? And what? Well, Browne and Gongora off to a rousing start here in round number 1. The Velcro of Browne looks like it may need some adjusting in between rounds. The referee will probably let it go. Browne continues to stick out that jab. Overhand chopping left by Gongora. And 2 chopping left hands by Gongora land on the head of Browne. So Browne needs to do a better job keeping his hands up and protecting his head. Round number 1 in the books. Excuse me, 5-2 to the American after round 1. Gongora, look at his ranking. Number 28 in the 2011 AIBA World Championships. Take a look at the action from round 1 as Browne, nice counter right baby hook off the break, and Gongora and Browne, they tangle. Down goes Browne, he gets up, gets in the face of Gongora, who says, no way, I'm not that guy. Ain't gonna push me around. Sticks his head into the chin of Browne. And Browne gets the better of that first round. Let's see if Marcus Browne can continue to maintain the lead over Ecuador's best boxer and Olympian, Carlos Gongora. 2-time Olympian, I should say, because Browne himself is already an Olympian this year, but Gongora has been to the big dance in 2008 in Beijing, where he took 7th place with a loss to Vijender Mahimal Singh of India. So Browne looking very comfortable being the counterpuncher, staying on the outside, circling to his left, which is smart. He wants to stay away from that big left hand of Gongora. Gongora pressing the action, giving Browne the opportunity to play the counterpunching role. And as the referee issues a caution to Browne, Gongora continues to come forward, adjusts his own headgear. Browne circles to his left. Throws out that jab 3 times with a nice, it was a double or triple jab by Browne, followed up with a right hook. Good work, looking like a Shaolin monk in there. Marcus Browne. Hard to be 3 places at once, but Marcus Browne doing a good job at making himself a moving target for Gongora. Gongora back against the ropes. They lock horns now. A little inboxing, some dirty boxing going on right now as Gongora's got his right arm locked in Browne's grasp, throws his left. The referee issues a caution to Gongora. It's pretty quiet in here once again. Browne circles to his left, throws the left hand. Gongora throws a left, sails over the head of Browne. Browne trying to fight his way out of that pretzel that Gongora had him in. The referee is now issuing a point deduction to Browne, or rather giving it to Gongora. That's not good with Browne up on the scorecards in the first and seemingly up in the second. He just gave a point to Gongora. And he follows Browne around the ring. A big right hand by Browne, followed by an answer, a right by Gongora. So these two are starting to let their hands go They're both ripe to eat those punches because they both keep their hands down low, and they're both big punchers. So a right hand by Gongora. He tries to stalk Browne now. Browne throws a right and a big left hand by Browne, answering Gongora's left hand. Now they tie up. Gongora having some words for Browne. The referee issues a caution to Browne for using his shoulder. Tactical matchup as Browne and Gongora both exchange to end the round. It is a 4-4 round, bringing the lead 9-6 to Browne in the second. There's a shot of the interior of the Maracanazinho Gymnasium. Marcus Browne, ranked number 11 at the 2011 AIBA World Championship. So this is a well-contested battle through 2 rounds, one that saw both boxers getting the better of one another in the second. Marcus Browne, World Military Championship silver medalist. Take a look at some of the action here from the last round, and you'll see why this is such an exciting contest. And as the excess sweat gets wiped off of the face of Carlos Gongora, Marcus Browne gets back to basics, sticking a jab upstairs and down to the body. Covered up is Gongora, and Gongora continues. Browne circling to his left, using good jabbing, just like he was in the first round. Gongora catches him with a right there. And good footwork now on that jab. He used it well, very well in the first round. Kind of got off of it in the second. Gave Gongora a chance to hold the score at 4-4, but into this round, Browne won. Waning moments. A caution by the referee to Gongora, and as we get set to see the minutes of this round, I'm trying to hold on to a lead. We are in sunny Rio de Janeiro, home of the 2014 World Cup, home of the 2016 Summer Olympic Games, right now witnessing the 2012 AIBA American Olympic qualifying event. AIBA proud to showcase not only its new league, the World Series of Boxing, but also introducing the APB, the AIBA Professional Boxing League, set to launch in the very near future, as AIBA intends to take control of boxing on a world scale level, not just at the amateurs ranking, but also at the professional rankings. And now you see why, because they put together such wonderful events, international, like the Olympics, like these continental qualifiers, like the Pan American Games. World Military Games are also and we have the London Olympics right around the corner. Marcus Browne continues to circle away. As mentioned, both of these boxers have already stamped their ticket to London. So Carlos Gongora is now fighting for the pride. He wants to take the gold. He needs to get through Browne right now. Browne, there was talk of an injury after his last contest, but he weathered the storm. He's here tonight boxing Gongora. Hopefully for him, tomorrow. Gongora has a hand, it seemed, by Gongora, but he put him with one on the way in. Nice right hand by Browne. Stifles Gongora. Gongora pushes Gongora off. Another caution to Browne. Under 30 seconds left to go. Who will have enough to pull this out? Can Browne hold on to his victory, or has Gongora done enough in the third round to reverse the score? Gongora pushes forward, looking for that opportunity. He hasn't really worked behind the jab throughout the entirety of this fight. Don't expect to see it now. That's a problem. Throwing lead punches and not in combinations is not going to do it, not at this level. Both boxers congratulate one another. Browne comes back to his corner. And looking a little worse for wear, but not much. We are getting a tally of the scores at ringside, where we will await the official decision. A nail biter indeed. And with a 3-2 victory in the third round, 12-8 victory goes to Marcus Browne, who will move on to the finals tomorrow. Winner 12-8 in the semifinals of the light heavyweight contest. Take a look at some of the action from this last round. You will see how Browne got the victory. Some good defensive posturing.